Section 89. Mahamate once more asked the Buddha, "The Bhagavan assures arhats they will attain unexcelled perfect enlightenment, no different from the bodhisattvas. But why then say that those beings who attain Buddhahood are those who do not experience the Dharma of nirvana? And why do you say that from the time Buddhas first attain enlightenment until the time they enter nirvana, they do not speak or respond with a single word? Or that because Tathagatas are always in samadhi, they don't reason or reflect, while the work of Buddhas is performed by apparition Buddhas? Or that their consciousness is momentary and subject to destruction, or that they are always accompanied and protected by Vajrapani? And why do you not point out the ultimate beginning? And how is it that the Tathagata attains the knowledge of all things, yet does not escape such afflictions as karmic retribution in the form of demons and demonic deeds, or karmic obstructions in the guise of Chinka Manavika or Sundari, or an empty begging bowl?" The Buddha told Mahamate, "Listen carefully and ponder it well, and I will tell you." Mahamate replied, "Wonderful Bhagavan, may we be so instructed." The Buddha told Mahamate, "I speak of complete nirvana to attract those who would engage in bodhisattva practices. And to those in this and other worlds who cultivate bodhisattva practices, but who delight in the nirvana of the Shravaka path, in order to encourage them to abandon the Shravaka path and turn toward the Mahayana, apparition Buddhas give these Shravakas assurances, not Dharmata Buddhas. Therefore, Mahamate, the assurances given to Shravakas and Bodhisattvas do not differ. Mahamate, what doesn't differ is the taste of liberation when Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas or Buddhas and Tathagatas get rid of the obstruction of passion, not when they get rid of the obstruction of knowledge. Mahamate, the obstruction of knowledge is purified when they see that dharmas have no self. The obstruction of passion is removed prior to this, when they become accustomed to seeing that persons have no self. It is when the seventh consciousness ceases that they are liberated from the obstruction of dharmas, and it is when the habit energy of the repository consciousness ceases that their purification is complete. Because I rely on underlying reality, past and future do not exist. And because my original vow has no limit, the Tathagata speaks the Dharma without reasoning or reflecting. And because my thoughts have been transformed by correct knowledge and are not delusions, I do not reason or reflect. And because I have cut off the habit energy from the four states and fundamental ignorance, I have eliminated the two afflictions, transcended the two types of death, realized the two kinds of no-self, and removed the two obstructions. Mahamate, because the mind, the will, conceptual consciousness, visual consciousness, and the rest are all based on momentary habit energy, they are devoid of good, non-karmic qualities that do not result in samsara. Mahamate, the Tathagata Garbha is the cause of samsara and nirvana, of joy and suffering. But because their minds are confused by emptiness, this is something foolish people cannot fathom. Mahamate, those who are accompanied and protected by Vajrapani are apparition Buddhas, not real Tathagatas. Mahamate, real Tathagatas are beyond the range of the senses. The range of the senses of Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and followers of other paths is limited. Also, because they dwell in the bliss of whatever is present, and the knowledge and forbearance of realization, they are not the ones protected by Vajrapani. Apparition Buddhas are not created by karma. Apparition Buddhas are not Buddhas, but neither are they different from Buddhas. When they speak the Dharma, they rely on such man-made objects as pottery wheels, but they do not speak about their own understanding of the realm of personal realization. Moreover, Mahamate, fools give rise to views of annihilation based on the cessation of the seven forms of consciousness, and they give rise to views of permanence because they do not understand the repository consciousness. It is because of their own projections that they do not understand the ultimate beginning. It is when their projections cease that liberation occurs, and it is when the habit energy of fundamental ignorance and the four states of affliction stop that all faults stop. The Buddha then repeated the meaning of this in verse.
The three paths are not paths, the Tathagatas are not destroyed. The assurances given by Buddhas are for getting free of faults and vices. With the knowledge of different realizations, a nirvana that leaves no trace, I attract those of lesser wisdom, and thus conceal my teaching. The knowledge taught by Buddhas, the paths to which they point, none of these are paths, nor are they nirvana. Desire form existence and views on these four states of which I speak, and to which conceptual consciousness gives birth. The will and repository consciousness dwell. The will and sensory consciousness, nihilists say, are impermanent. Others see them as nirvana, saying they last forever.